So, what do you think? Is it safe to come out yet? No? Alright, well, I guess I'll be making another video from home this week. But hey, the good news is that Surfshark sponsored this video. No, I'm not promising that you'll see sharks with laser beams or anything, but there will be talk of mysterious rashes and exploding cars in this video, and you're gonna want to stick around for that. Hey everyone, my name is Scott, and welcome to my home studio. You've caught me right in the middle of creating the support graphics I'll be needing to make this video, and once again, I'm going overboard on the little details that nobody seems to care about but me. What do you think? Do I have a future as an airline livery designer, or what? I don't think so either, but at least SANspotter Air is one step closer to reality. On a more serious note, I haven't flown in over 4 months now, and I already know that things are going to be different when I return to the skies. A lot has changed in the commercial aviation industry since March, and to be quite honest, it's both sad and exciting. Sad because it's probably going to be a very long time before we'll get to experience fine dining, the mask-free kind, in long-haul business class. However, it's kind of exciting because, well, the Airbus A220 is about to change everything. Speaking of changing everything, I vividly remember the day I downloaded Surfshark for the very first time. It was a Tuesday, I had just shaved my head, and I felt a craving for chicken and rice coming on strong. You know, typical SANspotter stuff. Anyway, things got interesting once I downloaded the app. You see, Surfshark is an award-winning VPN, which is a must-have for anyone serious about protecting themselves online. And let's face it, we all need to be serious about this. Why is Surfshark so great? Well, first thing, it encrypts all of the data transmitted to and from your devices. This was especially important to me once I realized that I would no longer need to worry about airport and hotel IT departments laughing when snooping on my internet search history. Nobody needs to know about that mysterious red bump on my left butt cheek, okay? The other thing that I really like about Surfshark is that it unlocks blocked content, which is awesome because it allowed me to watch US-only content on Netflix while traveling abroad. And now that I'm staying home due to COVID-19, I'm using Surfshark to watch shows that aren't available in the US. Shows such as Doctor Who and, ironically enough, The Big Bang Theory. Seriously, why is The Big Bang Theory not available for Netflix subscribers here in the US? Oh well, with Surfshark, that's not my problem anymore. So yeah, Surfshark is also incredibly easy to use, and it doesn't require any configuration or setup. Just download and activate. That's it. You don't need to be a tech wizard to use it. And guess what? It's also incredibly affordable. Using the link in the description below, you can get Surfshark for 85% off plus an extra 3 months for free. Just remember to use the promo code SCOTT during the checkout process, and you'll be good to go. So yeah, back to the Airbus A220 thing. Like it or not, this is the aircraft of the future, folks. And I didn't even realize it until about a month ago. I know, they said the exact same thing about the Ford Pinto when it was unveiled to the world back in 1970, but this time it's different. Really? Why? Well, there's lots of reasons. The most important of which is that the A220 looks so much better than the Pinto ever did. And, at the time of this video, it tends to catch on fire less as well. But there's more to it than that, and I'd like to highlight those points for you now, one by one. With a range of 3,500 nautical miles, the A220 has the ability to fly from New York to London. Tokyo to Singapore, Fort Wayne, Indiana to Cartagena, Colombia, which has high probability of being the launch route for SANspotter Air, by the way. Think about that. This aircraft, similar in size to smaller variants of the 737, has the range to safely connect destinations on separate continents in a way that only larger and more expensive aircraft could ever do before. I know we all like to joke about how United would use little CRJ-200s from Los Angeles to London if they could, but the A220 is one giant step towards that goal. Smaller, more efficient aircraft types on routes where larger aircraft aren't as profitable is the future, and, well, I hope everyone enjoyed their rides on all those 747s and A380s over the past 10 years or so. I'd even recommend starting to practice phrases such as, "My Doha to Singapore flight in A220 business class was amazing," instead. I know it sounds weird, but it may not be long until we're all saying stuff like that. Smaller and more fuel-efficient aircraft are more profitable on longer routes. The performance of both the A350 and 787 in comparison to larger aircraft types are the proof of that. The A220, of course, is the result of pushing that idea even further. With over 642 orders on the books at the time of this recording, it's clear that airlines are no doubt doubling down on being anti-747 and A380. Adding fuel to the fire, perhaps a bad analogy to be making after comparing the A220 to the Pinto earlier, is the fact that the COVID-19 pandemic has all but destroyed the air travel industry. Passenger traffic across the globe is down 75% year over year as I'm recording this video, and it's going to be many years before airlines are able to fill airplanes again. I'm personally convinced that the Airbus A220 is the perfect aircraft for this new world we have found ourselves in. Sending empty A330s between Buenos Aires and Bogota is bleeding Avianca dry. However, it's highly likely a route like that could be profitable sending A220s instead. Wait, perhaps Zurich to Dubai on Swiss or Emirates is a better example. Mostly because Switzerland is where you want to go anyway, since you'll be able to get an awesome day tour by my buddy Mark from SwissDayTours.com while you're there. It's highly recommended. One of the biggest problems airlines are facing right now is overcapacity. They simply have too many airplanes, most of which are far too large for current demand. Aircraft storage facilities are full, and many of those parked airplanes won't fly again for another few years, at least. However, airlines with the A220 in their fleet have an advantage, since the aircraft is small and efficient enough to fly shorter routes profitably. For example, if SANspotter Air was a thing, and I found that demand from Fort Wayne to Cartagena dried up suddenly, hard to fathom, I know, I could put those A220s on routes like San Diego to Regina instead and still be profitable. Speaking of massive flexibility, you just gotta wonder what the conversations have been like in the Emirates boardroom lately. With a fleet of hundreds of wide-body aircraft and not much else, I'm willing to bet that they aren't laughing so hard about the SANspotter Air thing anymore. They're probably also talking about serving Regina soon because, who doesn't like Regina? Before continuing, I just want to let you know that my patrons are a fine bunch of folks. Like, as fine as the Airbus A220s, of course. Aaron Slater, Flyin Wyland, I hope you've all been enjoying the exclusive content I've been posting over on my Patreon page. And yeah, just so you know, your merch will arrive soon. Hope you enjoy it, and thanks again for being a patron. Okay, I know. I do realize that the looks of an object have little to do with how well it will sell. Again, I refer you to the Pinto comparison. You see, Ford pooped out a poorly performing, bland-looking car which was prone to catching on fire, but they promised it would be cheap and get great gas mileage. The result? It became one of the best-selling cars in U.S. history. Airbus is essentially doing the same thing with the A220, minus the fire thing, poor performance, and the bland looks, and okay, maybe this analogy didn't work like I thought it would. Anyway, the point is that I think the A220 is one of the best-looking aircraft ever designed, and it's made even better, of course, with the SANspotter air livery plastered all over it. I'm not sure how many airline executives purchase aircraft based on looks alone, but it's worth mentioning, and I personally believe that it's going to go down in history as one of the most beautiful aircraft designs ever. If you haven't flown on an Airbus A220 yet, don't worry. It's coming sooner than you think. Smaller aircraft with long range and high efficiency is the way forward for commercial aviation. Just as more and more people are starting to realize just how good the Moments in the Sky YouTube channel is, seriously, you gotta subscribe, the COVID-19 downturn has exposed just how important the A220 is to the recovery of the aviation and travel industry. I think Neil would agree with me on this. After all, he knows a thing or two about commercial air travel. Not only that, the A220 is quite a bit cheaper than the 737 MAX series, starting out at $81 million for the Dash 100 series compared to $99 million for the MAX 7. The attractive price, combined with its incredible performance and efficiency, means that Boeing and other aircraft manufacturers have got a real problem on their hands. Can they even compete? Only time will tell. Until then, I need to stay busy on the livery creation process for SANspotter Air. Cartagena flights start soon. Probably not, but just let me have my dream, okay?